Hello, everyone. It's time to play a game.
Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on when you're watching this. My name is Brandon Aries, and welcome to The Sanctuary. Coming back from California, my girlfriend and I saw 10 in theaters. This was surprisingly good. The reason I say that is because I feel like this movie is exactly what the Saw franchise needed after the two that came before it. So we had Jigsaw, and then we had that Spiral spinoff with Chris Rock. Anyway, John Kramer, the world-renowned Jigsaw killer, is terminally ill and dying of cancer. Oh my God, John Kramer, he's dying? He's got a terminal illness? He's gonna die? I never would have expected that. And he's looking for a cure. So he hears from this friend in a support group that there's this miracle doctor in Mexico. The guy basically tells John that she has the cure for any illness, which includes cancer. So John's interest is piqued. This doctor could save millions of lives with just one procedure. Sounds too good to be true, right? Well, not for John Boy. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the Jigsaw Killer is the last person you want to go up to and say, "Just a prank, bro." This film roughly takes place about a couple weeks after the first Saw film, and by God, we are not getting into the Saw timeline here. But this doctor and her team made things personal for John. So what does the Jigsaw Killer decide to do? He shows them what happens when you mess with the wrong guy. And with that choice, you see the humanity of John. And he has feelings. Even though he does what he does, he's still a person too. Saw 10 kind of showed that even people with the darkest tendencies could still have feelings, can still be hurt. You also see the more humane side of John and feeling bad for people with this little kid, Carlos. When Carlos is not around, it's killing time. The traps always captivate me and surprise me with how meticulous and how detailed each and every trap is, and just how different they are every installment. It makes you ask questions like, just how are these people going to get out? Will they even get out? I absolutely love that suspense where the time is ticking and you know that things are about to get gruesome. Another thing I like too is I like how John is actually present here. To me, it shows how personal these people made it for John, and now he wants to see it through for himself. You know, before he was picking random people that did bad things. All of these people did bad things to John. Though the biggest thing that made me enjoy this film and really appreciate it versus the other Saw films was that John Kramer is actually the protagonist here. And you know the other Saw movies, usually there's some other character floating around that we follow that is inevitably the protagonist of the film. Though that's not the case here. This is John Kramer's story, and we're rooting for him. I'm a big fan of the depth and relationship between John and Amanda. It does, in fact, feel much more father-daughter versus teacher and student, as he does want Amanda to be his successor when he's gone. And even that builds a new level of depth that hasn't really ever been explored in the Saw series. Saw 10, I feel, is a reminder of the great things that keep us coming back each and every installment. It's like a return to form, if you will. There's times where it also feels wrong because you think John is the bad guy, and rooting for the bad guy is like, wait, should we be doing this? But there's also that thrill of rooting for the bad guy. Like, yeah, kill those people. Even though that sounds wrong, but you get what I'm saying. So if you're a Saw fan, you're going to love this film. If you're not really big on those movies, maybe skip it or wait till you're bored and it's on a streaming service. Though I got to say, I really liked Saw 10. I thought John as the protagonist was a very different side, but a very deep side for the Saw franchise. But that's all I got to say about Saw 10. Let me know what you guys thought. Comment down below. Did you see it? Are you going to see it? Let me know in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to drop a like. It is always so much appreciated here in the Sanctuary. And if you're new, hit that subscribe button. And next to that is the notification bell for every week this lover boy pops up in your feed. And in case we don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Peace.